Good afternoon, folks. How are we all doing today? Right, well, we are after a long absence of 265 days, actually, because in the setting up of this, I came across a number that said the last time this code was used was 265 days ago. So that means we haven't been playing this in almost a year now. So I thought it was time to catch up on what those little Moogle rascals have been up to. So yeah, we're going to be playing some, just basically chilling on some Final Fantasy today. Just double check something. The easiest way to do this. Well, first of all, why are you so loud? System config, audio. That particular turtle that's extremely loud. I'm glad the muscle memory for the controls has kicked in because otherwise I wouldn't have a goddamn clue. Oh, there, I just zoomed out without even thinking about it. Like, yep. And this is all on a controller and completely on custom controls. So I am kind of glad that this is kicking back in. Is that not working? Let me just test something. As it's connected, but nothing is coming through there. Alpakalulala. Add-ons all. That thing. Just blur that out. Why is that not coming through? I literally tested this last night and it worked absolutely fine. Let's see if it works the other day. The other way. No. Where is that going to? Not to. Well, we're off to a good start. Right, I'll tell you what, first thing we'll do, we'll get some music going. I'm not currently connected to a channel. Yes, but why? To change the auth code every time I load. Different auth code now. Yeah, okay. Well, looks like I've got to regenerate the auth code each time. But that now means that if I do this, I can now type to you from in-game. I don't have to tab out if I need to send a message for any reason. I wonder if it works with emotes. Oh no. That one ain't going. TW. Okay, so weirdly doesn't accept emotes. That's kind of fine. Right. Oh god, right. So, what are we doing? Well, apparently we've not planted any crops in a while. Let's yield and resume gardening service. Yes. Looks like when I stopped playing, I was smart enough to turn this off. Oh no, they've hit maximum storage, that's why. Achievement! Okay. So, that should deal with that, although I need to water it. Oh, they're already on it. Oh, screen's still blurry. Thank you. Got to take my blur off. Thank you very much, Quest. How are we doing today? Yeah, I was sorting something out that involved a Twitch auth key, so I needed to blur it out so you guys couldn't see it. Right. I'll not be able to receive the items. These cannot fit in your inventory. These will be discarded. Okay, so I need to go and sell those first. Which is this person? Yeah, I guess bulk shipment, anything over 200 then, really. Crap. Well, brain's still trying to remember what buttons do what. Ta-da. Right, review status. Select all. Caretaking will continue. You will not be able to receive all of the items. Why? What items won't I receive? God, I don't remember what's causing that. Or resin, coconut. Well, nothing there comes from animals. How do we get rid of our animal produce? Leavings, here we go. Right. Okay, bulk shipment, everything down to 200, please. 61,000 seafaring calories. I think I've got most of these, to be honest. I don't even know if I actually need to be doing anything here. Framers kits I can buy. May as well grab those. Let's try the non-exclusives. Oh, that's all my farmer's gear and weapons. That's just cosmetics, which I don't really dabble in at the moment. Never really found a use for a house. Especially since I was in an FC that has kicked me for being inactive for over a year. For nearly a year. And I just use their house. Right. Grab that. There we go. So. You guys should now all start sorting yourselves out again. Cannery, review found.
We've just had a team return from an expedition. I have everything they gathered here, so be sure to collect the materials when you have a moment.
don't really know what I was doing. You were on the mountains and the caverns, so let's switch to meadows and rotate through them. You're on the crumbling caverns, so you go to Fatal Falls. Oh yeah, no, I'm not even ready to start looking at the workshop yet. That's for another day. That's going to be something I'm going to need to relearn completely. Which is fine. Right, next job is the gold saucer reset already. Don't think it will be.
Come one, come all.
Oh, it is.
Drawing number
I would like to purchase a ticket,
4326
please.
of the mini Cacpot is here. Care to try your luck with a ticket, miss?
1, 2, and 3 could possibly be there. There's no chance of 7, 8, and 9, so let's grab that one. Yeah.
Thank you for your patronage. Would you like to play again?
Chance of 1, 2, 3 there. And so we've got chance of 1, 2, 3, chance of 7, 8, 9. We go for the 1, 2, 3. 7, 8, 9 was up, damn. Oh well.
Your patronage is most appreciated.
Not a
Miss
great
Dot, I
day
hope
for
to see you again tomorrow.
the cards. Right. Already done my big Mog board. I did that last night. For a gate up.
Greetings, madam. Our next scheduled event, Any Way the Wind Blows, will be held in Event Square. All guests are welcome
Any way
to
the wind
participate.
blows in 2
The
minutes.
next gate will be held at 7:20 p.m. in Event Square.
We'll get snotted on by Typhon while I finish up my breakfast. So chat, how are we all doing today? Hopefully your Sunday has been nice and relaxing. Mine has only just started, so definitely as relaxing as can possibly be. I work night shift. I don't wake up until like, 4 o'clock in the afternoon today. And I don't like to eat straight away, so this is technically my breakfast. Yeah, I don't... When I start stream, if I'm working, is when I start work, and I don't finish till 7 AM, so... The rules of the night shift. It's not tomorrow till you've slept, and regardless of when you wake up, the next 3 hours is the morning. The only way I can make sense of time when I'm on night shifts. Oh dear. Who's the host for this? We also have Royal Invitation from Yok Toral, so I guess we should probably start on the next main scenario quest and get some more dungeons and things unlocked. Will be our next one. Can I also... Where's my character sheet? It's there.
The limited time event Any Way the Wind Blows is now underway in Event Square. All guests are encouraged
Oh, I
to
nearly hit
participate.
100. Good. What was I was clearly working on Scholar and Summoner. Summoner I remember working on, actually.
When Master Typhon's nose blows, whither the mucus flows, nobody knows. Can you read his motions and seek safe haven from the oncoming tempest? If you think you have what it takes to be the last one standing, then step right up. And if you do get caught in a squall of sputum, hey, there's nothing to lose but your dignity. Master Typhon is taking a well-deserved rest. Wait on stage until he's ready for you.
Move back. There we go. You guys can see chat. Oh yeah, that's what right, I was testing something, wasn't I? Let me just... Nope, you guys can't see anything. Damn it, I just pressed the wrong bloody shortcut. And I've minimized all of my windows. Come back here, you, and you, and you. I'm missing one. It's you. There we go. Right. I like to stand. Where is... yes. The right one. I like to sit here. This is my strategy for this. Basically just sit in this gap and last as long as I can. And it usually does me pretty well. Oh, needed that. Getting some food in me was a good idea.
Entries for the main stage event are now closed.
Can't stop coughing now.
Those wishing to observe the show are welcome in Event Square. Entries for the main stage event are now closed. Those wishing to observe the show are welcome in Event Square.
That should put you in your place.
Oh no.
Let him have it.
Oh, I'm straight
Master
out.
Typhon.
Ooh, just missed.
Look, Master Typhon. What are we going to do about these hangers-on? That should put you in your place. Let him have it. Master Typhon.
Yeah, anyone on that one?
Look, Master Typhon. What are we going to do about these hangers-on? That should put you in your place.
Oh no.
Let him
Oh,
have it. Master Typhon.
do well.
Look, Master Typhon. What are we going to do about these hangers-on? That should put you in your place. Let him have
Ah,
it.
bye.
Master Typhon.
I'm already out, so even though I can stand here, I still don't count. But that was good, 800's not bad for that. Okay, so this one, there's lots of people stood here. Might be worth remembering. Oh, I was one away from victory. No, that sucks. So, if you... Kuffer Kerr is behind you. Go to my usual spot. And then go 1, 2 cactuars round. So that's where we need to stand. Roger that. Right, well, I guess we should go and see... I can't remember any of the... Yoctoral is the capital city, isn't it? Oh, that's right, I can't mount here. Hubigo Messenger. Yeah, what you got for me, bud? The Hubigo Messenger is looking for a well-travelled adventure for an otherworldly encounter.
That certainly saves me a lot of trouble. I was asked to find you on behalf of Mylolja.
Medalja?
Curious happenings abound in Mammoth of late, and we thought one with your worldly experience may be able to help us make sense of things. If you have the time and inclination to aid us, she awaits you in Mammoth. You'll find her west of the plaza, in the large building near the two-headed statue.
There's a way to turn on auto text there, and I can't remember where it is. Okay, so we need to head over and see Mamulja. Sprint and run. I don't really care about the peddler. It's only a standard quest. God, the amount of time. Wow, there's so few people here. Interesting. One day, I'm going to go around and do those sightseeing things. Every time I see them, I think, soon. Oh. I might make a start on that. There's that and the Blue Mage quests that I need to start working. Hey, Minstrel, how you doing, bud? What hard mode stuff have you got for me today?
You come here to share a heroic yarn with me, Nansen? Please, do go on. You have my rapt attention.
So this guy unlocks the Minstrel Ballad quests, which are hard and savage mode for events you've already done.
So, what have you brought for me today? The trials and tribulations of Queen Sphene, who was confronted with many a difficult decision as she sought to protect the citizens of her nation, Alexandria. In that realm, people regard souls as merely a resource. And when they die, the ether of their memories is used to create the endless simulacra of the departed that can only be sustained with life force harvested from the living. Being so very different from what we know, such a way of life is difficult for us to accept. Indeed, it seemed only inevitable that you should come into conflict with Sphene.
That was the end dungeon of the main story quest.
But an entity brought forth to fulfill a certain objective. And therein, I believe, lay the root of this tale's tragedy. Recreated from the noblest of souls though she was helpless to defy the purpose to which she had been bound, protecting the endless no matter the cost. Thus did she continue on her destructive path, though she knew it led only to a dead end. A question, if you may, my friend. Deep in your heart, do you believe that the Sphene whom you met was alive?
Yeah, of course she was.
So you think that?
Just in a different type of simulation.
Existence differed from the living, you hold that she was alive. I thank you for your honest answer. I shall take it to heart. For my part, whether or not she was possessed of life, I believe that there existed an individual called Sphene, who cared deeply for her people, who heard the voices of her people, felt as they did, and thought only for their welfare. That is why, at battle's end, she returned as the gentle soul you knew. But here, the thought fills me with dread. What if that soul failed to return, and the fearsome entity she had become continued its relentless onslaught? Might it have succeeded in its objective, and plundered life force from other realities at the cost of untold destruction? Of such a possibility shall I sing, that we might give thanks for the path we were mercifully spared.
Well, I actually really like the way they do this. If,
By golden light two rulers walked, their paths in conflict lying. One bound to slay, one sworn to save, they forged ahead untiring. The memories of departed days endure as fate and fetters. For keepers staunch a blessed warmth, oblivion for the breakers.
There we go. So, essentially, in most MMOs, you go and you fight a raid, a dungeon, a boss, whatever, and it's story related. And this was something one of my friends had as a complaint about Final Fantasy XI when that first came out. He says, to me, it doesn't feel like a Final Fantasy, because in a Final Fantasy, you beat the final boss, that's it. You don't go back and fight him again to farm him for loot. You don't keep going back and repeating the same world-ending event over and over and over again. You fight the boss, you move on. And the same can be said about like World of Warcraft and stuff. Once you've beaten Illidan, realistically, you shouldn't be able to go back, because that's the end of that story. He's done. Fighting him each week doesn't technically make sense. Fighting him again on Savage mode also doesn't make sense. There's suddenly a harder version of him. But in this, all of the times you go and redo something, you're basically telling a song of what could have been. It's the wandering minstrel telling a story of how things could have happened. And especially the Savage mode, well, what would have happened if you hadn't saved the day there? What would have happened if you hadn't been able to reason with her? And she came back as the full force of her power with no remorse at all. And that's the Savage mode you play. So you go and do it once and complete it, but then you go and tell the story many times. Such a nice little way of covering your bases in a lore-friendly way.
24 adventurers against a fearsome foe who has been made even more powerful than before.
Yes, I do want to unlock the Chaotic Cloud of Darkness.
That reminds me. Some days ago, I had the pleasure of meeting your good friend Grahatia. He approached me, wondering if he had seen me elsewhere before, and so I told him about my endeavors in verse. Taking an interest in my work, he invited me to join him at XIV, where we discussed tales of heroism of Atakos and Churrasco. 'Twas then that he shared a story that is especially close to his heart. The Fellowship of Noah's foray into the Crystal Tower. You played a vital role in it, did you not? Together with more than a score of your fellows, you triumphed over numerous formidable foes to secure the structure.
So, Grahatia is from another world. He's from another reality. One of my genuinely best friends in this game. I absolutely adore the guy. and his world was beset by, where most worlds are beset by darkness, and it's the hero of light who saves them. His world was overcome with light. The light had defeated the darkness and was permeating the land throughout, and had in itself become an invasive force. So we had to become the hero of darkness, where the Dark Knight comes from, to save his world. And one of the things we had to do was ascend the Crystal Tower and fight the Cloud of Darkness, which was kind of fun.
How do you recall the experience, pray? As adventurers typically work in small groups, I dare say it felt quite different to be part of a large contingent.
Yeah, it was... I was just playing it by ear. That's not wrong.
Hee hee, I do favor such an approach myself. Now, I can only speak as an observer, but I imagine it must be uniquely satisfying to sally forth as a member of a great collective to accomplish tremendous feats.
It is. I'm misrating. I wish I had time to do it still.
The dreaded Cloud of Darkness is a tremendous feat indeed. She is a ruler among her kind, occupying the highest rung of the hierarchy of Voidsent. Full oft has she left her mark upon mankind's history, not least of all when she forged a pact with Emperor Shanji. And according to records, she employed powerful magics the likes of which defied mortal comprehension.
Yeah. She did? Didn't she use beams and more beams? She's also the final boss from Final Fantasy III.
It may well be that you saw merely one aspect of the Cloud of Darkness. As I understand it, Voidsent are changeable beings, their forms dependent on factors such as the ether at their disposal. Another time, and you may have faced a somewhat different foe. 'Tis an intriguing possibility to consider, would you not agree?
Oh yeah, by the way, he's not tiny. I'm fucking huge. I am the big lady.
So together with your comrade Rhine, you gave rise to a being based upon the Cloud of Darkness? A familiar yet distinct entity shaped by your combined impressions of the Voidsent Queen. That gives me an idea. I shall compose a song about the true Cloud of Darkness as I imagine her, for which I shall draw inspiration from your account. Without further ado.
So that's basically a raid boss from like 3 expansions ago, that they're now turning into an endgame for this expansion as well, which is kind of cool.
Cast, a champion dauntless shall arise, to cleave them at the last dot. Into their hands entrusted be, the hopes of all mankind, upon the wind eternal born, a bright and shining sign dot. The time is come, so go you forth, unto the battlefield dot, the final confrontation looms, to test your blade and shield dot.
Cloud of Darkness Chaotic. So I've never actually done a Chaotic raid before, they're new for this expansion. I've done High End and Savage, but I've never done Chaotic.
Though it may pale in comparison to facing the Cloud of Darkness, it gave me great satisfaction to compose these verses. And should they give you satisfaction as well, then naught would please me more.
Thank you, Minstrel. You are, as always, rather verbose. A royal invitation. Bolwuruk is eager to hear how you have been getting on.
Ah, it is a pleasure as always, Nansen. Have you been able to relax lately?
Never.
Wonderful. As busy as you have been, with the right of succession among other things, you deserve an opportunity to experience Juliol at a more leisurely pace. Sampling the tacos at XIV is one such way to do so. They're made the traditional way and laden with fillings, and are absolutely sublime. If you have an empty stomach, the owner, BRUKV, will look after you.
Text-to-speech doesn't like most of the names in this zone. My eyes. I probably should have used the Aetheryte to teleport. That would have been a smart thing to do. Oh. Why is that not working? I've clearly changed a button there, because that used to be my sheath-unsheath weapon. And now it's not.
Well, if it isn't Nansen. Alone today, are you? I see, I see. If you have a hankering for tacos, then they're on the house. Consider it a token of gratitude for your help tracking down those treasures.
Oh yeah, I had a series of class quests here to go and track down some artifacts.
Go ahead and
I don't think I've even finished them all yet.
I'll bring you your meal as soon as it's ready.
I think I did 2 of them. Yeah, there's still 1 to do there at least. And 2 there, so yeah, I guess I've done 2 of them. Is it just dust?
Greetings. So, you have decided to aid my people in retrieving our treasure? Yes. They will be glad to know my long and arduous journey from our homeland in the distant south of Yogg-Turul was not in vain. As for the treasure we would have you recover, it contains the undying essence of an armadillo Turul vidral. These steelhogs, as we call them, rely on their tough hides to protect themselves from predators. The legends speak of one that lived to an extraordinary age, perhaps due to its natural suit of armor, and came to be known as the Lord of the Forest. At the end of its long life, our ancestors enshrined the vidral's soul within the steelhog vessel. For generations since, the divine blessings it bestows have been a great boon to my people. Those under its protection need not fear wild beasts, for fang and claw cannot harm them. This allows us to hunt in the forest without risking our lives.
Nice.
This treasure, so crucial to our people, was stolen by a tall, slender merchant, or rather, a man posing as one. He came bearing exotic wares from foreign lands, and served alcohol freely, toasting often to new friendships. My people became caught up in celebration, and in the morning, the merchant was gone, along with the steelhog vessel. Without it, we cannot bestow its blessing afresh upon our hunters. The effect wanes over time, and one by one we are losing our protection against the savage predators that stalk our lands. As I and my granddaughter Seatol Jazz still possess the treasure's blessing, we have been tasked with locating the steelhog vessel and returning it to the village. The trail led us here to Chuliol, where we believe the perpetrator boarded a ship and made good his escape. The journey here has already pushed this decrepit body of mine beyond its natural limits, and a lengthy voyage by sea would likely be my end. Although I urged Seatol Jazz not to make the crossing alone, she was determined to give chase. Given that you hail from across the ocean, your knowledge of those lands will prove invaluable to her. Not only that, but our quarry may use the steelhog vessel to his own ends. Only a skilled warrior can stand against such a foe, and Seatol Jazz is no warrior. I am truly grateful. My granddaughter's first port of call is a place called Alamego. You see, as the thief took all of his wares with him, the only clue left behind was an empty bottle of whatever grog he was serving. After asking the sailors here, it seems it was produced in Alamego, and with no other leads, Seatol Jazz set forth. Once you arrive, she should not be difficult to find. These days, only a handful of Mamul Jazz attempt the journey, most of them brutish mercenaries. Seatol Jazz is a far daintier creature, and is sure to have made a favorable impression on the locals. May the steelhog watch over you.
Thank you.
As Seatol Jazz traveled to Alamego, perhaps you should begin your search by asking around at Rauger's Reach.
So yeah, I've got 3 of these still to do. So I guess I only did 1 then. Did I do the tanking one? I'm not entirely sure. Taco. No, I want tacos, damn it. Sadly, Taco Bell near me closed down.
Hey, you ate so many when you turned 5, you could barely move afterwards. Remember that?
That's a good amount of tacos to eat.
No, not really. That was 30 years ago for me. Right. Sorry, it's still strange for me too. Just the other day you were a little boy, clinging to your mother's skirt as you set off for Yasulani, and now you're a man grown with a face full of hair. Even so, I knew you were my son the instant I saw you. We're still family, and you can always rely on me.
There's been some time shenanigans.
Relying. That feels like the only thing I'm doing right now. On you and everyone else. I can't even start a fire without assistance at my new job. Back in Alexandria, we had electro. If I needed fire, all I had to do was press a button. Everything was at our fingertips, but here I'm helpless. A culinarian who can't even light the stove. The way the others in the kitchen stared at me. Gods, I'd never felt so embarrassed. I'm sorry to hear that. I've been told the tales, but it seems life is really different within the dome. My wife and children, I was thinking I'd have them join me once things had settled, but at this rate. I say you send for them. If they're your family, then they're mine too. I'll do whatever's necessary to make it work.
I didn't mean to overhear, but
Hey,
it
look.
seems you're having trouble readjusting to life in Chuliolol.
Vow what, Lamart?
To aid folk like yourself, we've established a support group.
That's
that
basically
brings
the Queen.
protection. There, you can learn the skills you need to live outside the dome. It isn't easy being back, I know. But I'm hopeful that they can make things easier.
That's exactly what I need. I'll definitely seek this group out, and I'll bring my family with me. Thank you.
Oh, look who it is. I was just about to go and find you, Nansen. You don't mind the company, I hope. I could use a bite to eat myself.
Speed up the text on the female voice.
Ah, the tacos here never disappoint.
Looks cool.
So, what have you been up to lately?
I'm catching up on sleep, if I'm completely honest, love. I've not been playing for nearly a year. I have technically, since last we spoke, been working at the Arcadian. Which I should probably jump in and see if I can remember.
In Alexandria. By facing off against tough opponents, I'd wager you've honed your skills even further. As for myself, I'm being kept busy with duties at the palace. But whenever I find a moment, I like to walk the streets and talk to the people. That way, I can better understand the problems they have, and share them with Koana to figure out solutions. I was on one such walk just now. And as I mentioned, I was hoping to find you. Koana and I have something we want to discuss with you as Dawn servants. Do you have time to come to the palace? Great. I'll go on ahead. Please come and join us once you've finished here.
Juana is her foster brother. Both she and him decided to share the crown. Right, let me just quickly adjust that speed while I remember. I'll talk. Female voice. Knock that up to 15. That should keep that in line with the rest of the text a little better. I've had to reset that all up from scratch because I forgot to transfer it all over when I wiped my PC, if I'm completely honest. I hope we've got a crafting quest that needs picking up. Sir, put some clothes on. Kaylee, a blue-garbed Pelu appears to be lost in thought. Difficulty of this quest will be synced to your current level.
Maybe meeting with her won't be so easy after all. Mablu said she'd be around here somewhere though.
Mablu. We love Mablu. Now, he is tiny. She is tiny, sorry. Very tiny.
Whoa. Nansen, the adventurer? The mighty warrior who travelled the length and breadth of Tural, taking in its myriad sights, sounds, and smells, even those within the otherworldly dome?
That's me.
The savvy haggler who helped the third promise acquire a saddle worth 10 pal in the thousands column, despite starting with a mere 100?
That's me. Oh no.
My inner abacus is clacking away. You're the missing piece I've been looking for. The missing piece of my brand new enterprise, that is. Ahem. Sorry about that. I got a little carried away. I'm just so happy to finally meet you. I'm Liplu, a merchant. Until recently, my business was bedclothes, all woven from the finest alpaca wool. My dear friend Mablu told me all about you. I hear you gave her the nudge she needed to embark upon her journey as a peddler. I can't begin to thank you enough. But I'll get straight to the point. I have a proposal for you today, Nansen. How would you like to become a special advisor for a trailblazing tourism venture? I called the Tureli Travel Agency.
Oh no, what's this bullshit? This has got to be a guild test.
Of course, you'll be compensated for your time. You'll also be the first in line for all kinds of treats and trinkets, not to mention a wealth of exciting experiences. You don't have to answer right away, but if any of this has roused your interest, please come and visit me in Okanyu. We can go over the finer details there. I'll be waiting for you, along with the rest of my associates.
Okay, any other... Actually, I want to nip back and check something. Didn't I have... No, I guess not. Gear sets. Oh god, some of these aren't working. Switch to... Scholar. Right, so I can use those quests as a way of leveling these, not have to be a level 100 on them. So we should probably pick those up. But saying that, I'm definitely not going to be doing it on Scholar because I'm leveling Scholar through PvP. But that teaches us what we need to know at least. Dancer. This Dancer is bestest. I played Bard up until the very moment I could play Dancer. And then I dropped everything and played Dancer. Because I fucking love this class. Right, so. Let's have a look at the map. There is also one down on the dock. Where's the Aetheryte? It's up here, isn't it? Wakamakendi. Wakamakenki. Hello. Expedition Messenger casts his gaze expectantly about the harbour.
You're Nansen, aren't you? Just the woman I was after, as it happens. Old Katon Ram tasked me with finding you. Says he's got a proposition for you. Stay right there, I'll go fetch him.
What a waiting around as an adventurer. Now then, Biggin, how you doing?
Apologies for collaring you like this, but I was hoping we could party before you took leave of Chuliolo. I'll cut right to the chase. I want you on board for me final expedition.
Well, dude, you quitting?
Before I get into the particulars, allow me to spin a quick yarn. These days, any Eosian sailor worth their salt bound for Tura will take the established route and skirt the southern Indigo Deep.
Are you trailblazing?
But back when maps of the realm were nothing but blank parchment past Firebrand, all we had was the allure of the horizon to guide us. Most of me fellow explorers weighed anchor and cut a course due west, heading straight for adventure. Alas, most were lost to the waves. Me crew and I reached Tural on account of us ranging northward and avoiding the same treacherous waters that claimed them. That stretch of the deep came to be known as Shade's Triangle. I had a notion to solve its mysteries on behalf of me fallen comrades, but after arriving on these shores, it was the land, not the sea, that promised adventures anew. Once I'd settled here and disbanded the expedition, I never did get the opportunity. But then I crossed paths with a certain realm-renowned adventurer and began to wonder.
Fair.
Something told me that with your help I'd finally shed light on the mystery of those accursed waters. So, how about it? Will you join this old explorer on one final jaunt?
Yeah, you had me a mystery, I'll be honest. Trailblazing across the sea to an island that claims lives and no one ever returns from. Fucking count me in.
Not to worry. I propose all this with the full backing of the Dawn Servants. Truth be told, even before Galul Jad asked me to watch over Koana and Wok Lamont, I feared I'd never sail again. Any road, I sensed the pair were wise to me worrying, so I laid it all bare.
Kenram's a friend of their
The
dad.
mystery of Shade's Triangle has haunted you since? The region of which you speak is an impediment to trade with foreign nations. Any effort to unravel its secrets would ultimately benefit Chuliol.
Sounds like it might be the last chance you get. Especially if you're hoping to get Nansen involved. Besides, Papa would turn in his grave if we barred his old friend from one final voyage. I say follow your heart, Tankwa.
Tankwa just means kind of uncle.
I'm sure you'll be wanting more details, but I'd like to set sail sooner rather than later. Let's reconvene once we've put a few moms between us and the harbor. The ship is ready and waiting, had her sent over from Limsa especially.
Ooh.
When you're ready, speak with Offan over on the pier.
Okay. So do we go and do the main story quest, or do we head off on this one first? I kind of want to... no, we'll go up to the palace, and we'll do that. Where's the palace? Where's the palace? Is that the palace? Yes. We'll do the palace first, because that's going to expect us to go somewhere else. But then we'll get on the boat before we leave. Ah, yes, I changed it. I changed the binding to unsheath. It's that now. Because I was pressing it by accident when trying to dismount.
Mistress Nansen, it is always an honor. Val Koana has stepped away to attend to a pressing matter, but he should join you within before long.
Oh yay, the twins. While I love Grahartir and Creel, those two in that screen there, I have genuine despise for those two and do not like them at all as characters.
Oh, you're all here too? Valkoana summoned us. Though if truth be told, Alphanord and I have been seeing him quite regularly of late.
He asked us to share our knowledge of Hanish culture, you see, in hopes of further strengthening your alliance. We were of course happy to oblige him. Kryle and I were likewise summoned. Otherwise we've been carrying on with our work, compiling information on the Golden City.
You two are awesome.
My grandfather embarked on his investigation 20 years ago. With our report, we shall finish what he started. Lest you wonder, Thancred and Urianger have left to resume their tour of Terrell.
Yeah, those can do what they want, and
Yeshua,
both of them are
meanwhile,
traitors.
is back to researching cross-rift travel. She was here just a few days ago to get Koana's permission to investigate living memory. By the
nice.
way, she mentioned wanting to take a look at the key you're keeping at some point.
Okay, I shall go and meet Ishtola. Another of my,
If
Yeah.
what she had in her eyes was any
Ishitola,
indication,
Grahar,
I
and
suggest you brace
Creel
yourself for when she
are the
comes
only ones I
along.
actually
You'll
like from
to
the
be
group.
stuck with her for a
The
while.
rest can kind of go away. Urianger's okay, but no, the rest can all sod off.
As for Estinian, we know where he
Oh,
is.
Estinian, I forgot about Estinian, he's cool.
Some things never change.
Yeah, he's off wandering the land killing big lizards, mate. I know exactly where he is. Find the biggest creature on the continent and he'll have his bloody spear in it.
My apologies for the delay.
nothing of it. We took advantage of the time to catch up. So, what can we do for you? Hopefully present company is enough for whatever it is you need.
The matter for which I have summoned you pertains to Alexandria. A state funeral will soon be held in Solution 9 to mourn the passing of Queen Sphene. King Galul Jat and his administration have invited us to attend.
Okay. I'm down for that.
While certain issues remain unresolved between our nations, such as the treatment of Yasulani, I see no reason not to attend. For generations, the Alexandrians lived without even the awareness of death. I wouldn't have expected them to have funeral rites still. Apparently, the members of Oblivion unearthed records of ceremonies that were conducted in the Alexandria of old. It was they who put forth the proposal that the Queen be thus honored.
Leave it to that lot to think of such things. The people of Alexandria no longer forget the departed. They're being confronted with the idea of death for the first time. I suspect our friends wanted to do something for them. Though Sphene was but a simulacrum, she was nonetheless a pillar for her people. The pain of her passing must run deep.
Indeed. A funeral will give Alexandrians the chance to come together to express their grief, that they might overcome it.
I wasn't sure at first, but I've decided to go. Not only to be there for Galul Jat, but to put this chapter behind us.
So these two are foster siblings. There was another sibling who was their foster sibling, but the natural born of their father.
You knew Sphene as well, after all.
And he was the one who went off and became the king of another nation, and it's his son who now rules after we had to kill the bastard. No, I'm going. I don't care. I'm going. She was genuinely a cool person who tried to do the best in the wrong way.
Because you consider yourself responsible for her demise, I take it.
I mean, I did
But
literally
that's not
kill
a
her.
burden you bear alone. Here's my idea. As Val, I'll attend the funeral as a representative of Tuliolo. Meanwhile, you can go in a personal capacity and watch over the people as they mourn. I feel the rest of us should go too. Regardless of the reason, the fact remains that we deprived Alexandria of a beloved ruler. It's only right that we remember who Sphene was, to her people and to others, so let us stand with you. Then it's decided. Let's head to Solution 9 and look for Galul Jat in the back room.
I want to go on an ocean voyage. This is the start of the new content. Right. In which case, probably quicker. Do it this way. Nothing else about, is there? Nope, I think we're good. Right, I want to go on the ocean.
Nansen, I presume. Katonram told me all about you. The name's Offanjan, navigator by trade. They say Shade's Triangle is racked with storms year-round, but a closer look at the charts will tell you that ain't strictly true. For a brief season the sky's clear and the sea's calm, hence why the old explorer's eager to weigh anchor. What's the matter? Don't tell me you're weary of clambering onto this little rowboat.
No, I'm eager.
Ha ha ha. We're not rowing all the way to Shade's Triangle. Our vessel's waiting out beyond the shallows.
I'm aware. The entire place is surrounded by shallows. You can't get big ships in here. That's
Inner,
common knowledge.
you're good and prepared to leave. Just say the word.
Let's go.
Ready to plot a course for waters unknown, are ye? Don't know whether to respect your mettle or question your sanity, but
Things can be
welcome
two
aboard.
things.
Shade's Triangle, here we come.
Blue-footed boobies! Them's real birds. I know them birds. Seen one.
Plain sailing thus far.
Why would you say that?
Talk about our destination. Shade's Triangle is a churning mess of storms, so every time a vessel goes missing in the region, most blame the treacherous conditions.
But hear this, there are records of the last ship seeking to chart those waters, and the message they relayed to their escort is passing strange. Conditions fair. Crescent-shaped isle sighted in vicinity. Potential safe haven during storms. Attempting to make landfall, they never made it back to port, despite the calm seas.
Folks have taken to calling the island the occult crescent ever since. They say it's naught but a shifting mirage that claims the lives of all who sight it.
Okay.
Everyone on board knows the risks involved on a voyage like this, but there ain't nothing like the thrill of the unknown to trump good sense.
Aye, the whiff of mystery and the promise of new discoveries hard to resist. Am I right in thinking the same applies to you, adventurer?
Hell yeah.
Anyhow, why don't you get acquainted with the rest of the crew? I'll be here checking the charts. Once you've got the measure of the folks risking their hides along with you, come and find me.
I certainly will, but I would like to check something first. Character reputation. Who am I working on at the moment? We've done a Realms Reborn, I know that much. Definitely done Heavensward, as I remember finishing up the Moogles. We're on Stormblood at the moment, working our way through Shadowbringers as well. Do we not have allies in this one yet? Okay. Already finished the Namazu though.
This ain't me first trip to these waters. I've sailed close to Shade's Triangle to survey the weather many a time. Only on the clearest days, when the sea's flat as glass, do you get a glimpse of the isle. It looks unremarkable from a distance, but that's exactly what the poor bastards who went missing must have thought. Never did pluck up the courage to take a closer peek, curious as I was. But when I heard Khatan Ram was leading an expedition into the heart of the Triangle, I signed right up. Don't get me wrong, I've still got me reservations, but when I think of whatever's waiting for us in those waters, it's the excitement that wins out.
Fair.
My grandfather once sailed with Khatan Ram. He was right there with him when they first made landfall on Taral. But it wasn't Taral they were aiming for. They'd left Eorzea westward bound for Hingashi. They didn't count on a great big continent lying between them and their destination. Once they were ashore, they soon forgot all about the Far East. Eventually, my grandfather settled, and here I am, 3 generations later.
And that's not your grandfather, that's only 2 generations.
By all accounts, journeying with Khatan Ram is life-changing. I mean that in the best possible sense, of course.
This isn't some foolhardy treasure hunt. No, solving the Isle's secrets will be worth more than any glittering trinkets. And if we can open up safe passage to the island, there's potential to establish a permanent landing. Just imagine the boon to foreign trade that would bring.
Oh, is this the new...
There's more at stake here than lining our pockets.
I can't think of the name of the place, but where you go and you level up your classes easy doing fates. Could be useful.
There's no telling what awaits us on the island, which is why we've enlisted the help of experts and artisans to supplement our crew. There's one fellow we're all wishing we'd steered clear of, though. After we left port, I caught a crazed fool trying to launch one of the lifeboats. We managed to lock him in the hold, but the Vidral set about drinking all the rum in sight. In the end, we tied him up and stuffed him in one of the barrels he'd drained dry.
Oh. Okay. Naruto run.
Looks like he had a good chat with the crew. That's the thing with seafaring, a close-knit crew is indispensable out on the open sea. I know there's talk about me feats in reaching Tural, but in truth I couldn't have done it without me fellow explorers. Wherever the winds might take us, I consider it me duty to get us all there and back in one piece. Right, we'll be entering Shade's Triangle any moment now. Look sharp.
Okay, I kind of figured I was going to have to deal with the guy in the hold first.
Land ho. Hold steady. We sail straight for her.
Aye aye.
Boats in this world seem really tall. Booby.
Where's that blasted island? We just had it in our sights. Land spotted off the starboard stern.
Wait. The fuck?
What? Don't tell me we careened right past it.
Get this hulk turned around.
Is it a giant turtle? Is it moving?
Lost sight of the damn thing again. Shifting Mirage was right on the money. If the isle itself was moving, the waves be surging right over the bulwark. This is no natural phenomenon, something's messing with our perception.
That's dispel. I can change it to a white mage, hang on. He deserved, heed my call. Deserved or not, onwards we sail. Heed, but I'm not sure I follow.
Who are ye talking to? A strange voice, ye say. I didn't hear a thing. What in there? I've lost control of the rudder. It's like something's reeling us in. Gods.
Oh, shit. Yep. Yeah, you ain't steering that, mate.
It couldn't be the island, could it?
Mate, I've literally fought gods, computers, demons, and entities from other worlds. An island with a tow cable, it's not even in my top 10. Not even in my top 100 weirdest things.
How's the hull looking?
No obvious damage, but the ship stuck fast, almost as if we've dropped anchor.
Perfectly docked, and without a single scratch. There ain't a helmsman alive who could have managed that.
I fear she'll end up like that if we try and shift her.
I reckon we were brought here by some sort of arcane trickery. Traps who, most likely. Heck, magic right to our destination. Quite the stroke of luck, if ye ask me. Well, there's nothing for it but to get this expedition underway.
Need the Reservoir Dogs soundtrack there. Dun, du-du-du-du-dum, du-du-du-dum, ba-dum, dum. Okay, Ken Ram, let's have a look. What we got?
That voice you heard on the ship. I'm starting to wonder whether there wasn't some kind of summons. I'm glad to have you with us, regardless. As for the isle itself, I'd assumed it was uninhabited. Certainly wasn't expecting to come across this phantom village. Like as not, there's some sort of warding compass in the island to keep us here. That said, there's a chance ethereal currents could circumvent the ward, assuming you can tap into one. Might be worth a try if adventure calls you elsewhere. Anyway, as much as I'd like to gather the crew and get stuck right in, we'd better secure the perimeter first. Oh, and I thought I'd give you a journal to jot down your findings along the way.
Okay, so what is this
Figure
exactly?
There's more than a few folks out there who'd appreciate a record of your exploits here. Fill those pages and give them something to sink their teeth into.
If you wish to return to Tuliyola at any point during the expedition, interact with the ethereal current by the moored ship. The corresponding current at high tide harbor facilitates travel back to the occult crescent.
Bosnian, that's what I'm thinking of. Name of the other place was Bosnian. Collection expanded occult record.
The occult record is now available under collection in the duty section of the main menu. New entries for prominent terms and characters will be added to the record as you explore the occult crescent.
Okay. So, to be fair then, that feels like that's going to take a long time. That feels like that's an ongoing project. So we should probably go and do some of the other quests first.
You sense a westbound flow of ethereal energy. Riding this current will provide passage to Tuliyola.
So let's go do that. And you wanted us to go to a Royal Invitation, Solution 9. Techno. Down there, but are you down there, or are you... Yeah, you're over in the other... To the gym?
You heading to the back room?
Yeah. Little dude. How's my little king doing?
Ah, you came for the funeral.
Of course. I'm the only one who'll officially take part, though. The others will watch over the proceedings. So, how have you been? It's been a while since my last visit.
I'm good. Shale is always teaching me new things. Recently, I've learned about Everkeep's systems and the mechanical soldiers. It's knowledge I'll need to use my authority properly.
Studious as always, I see. By way of a treat, I've brought you gateau au chocolat. It's a kind of cake. I think you'll like it.
I want a gateau.
Lamati. And thank you for coming. I've never been to a funeral before, so I feel less nervous having you here.
Out of curiosity, what's the custom in Alexandria? In our world, it's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's much the same here according to the records. Flowers will be distributed to all attendees. Considering that all the worlds used to be one, the practice of offering flowers may well share the same ancient origin. Fascinating, wouldn't you say?
We take the money. Oh, for the oh yeah, we should probably have a look at the what's in the hall. Why has the Hall of Novices appeared? I don't need this. I'm not a novice. Why have you? Why? I guess they've got a new Hall of Novice. Right. Logs. Which one is it under? I haven't started them. Oh, damn, there's so many. Where was the... Yes, companion... Collection. In the wrong menu. I would like Tataru. Tataru is cool, but she invites people to my island and that pisses me off. Right. Loads of mysteries to go through and discover then. Cool.
The flowers are being handed out at Praxis Park. I'm thinking of heading over there now.
We'll join you. There's a man I would like to speak with, Gozin. He was apparently Sven's aide, and the one who sent us the invitation. Come on, let's go.
Wait, we weren't invited by literally the king? Bum. Oh, I've got one more to do over here. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Naruto run. Always got a Naruto run. Didn't realise it was past a aetheryte, otherwise I wouldn't have walked. Hey, Yana.
Hey, Nansen. You're just the person I wanted to see.
Got any more cool fights for me?
Cruiserweight matches have yet to begin, but Nuni and I've made some breakthroughs in our research about psychonesis. Come inside, we'll tell you what we've learned.
So, some people have been using the spirits of slain animals to enhance their own forms, but it's causing them to die, essentially, over time. And we are researching this, because their big sister is a Ixion user.
Before diving into the details, perhaps a refresher is in order. It's a rather complicated affair, after all.
Sure.
You had barely been crowned champion of the light heavyweight division before our sister, Eutrope, challenged you. She was intent on claiming your soul as a means to cure psychonesis. The illness appears to afflict those who use feral souls to an excessive degree, those such as Arcadian fighters. We learned from Eutrope that the immortalized, who we thought lived in luxury in the upper levels, are actually dead, taken by the disease. Since that revelation, we've looked for alternate ways to cure psychonesis, and we finally have some news to share. It's all thanks to Nuni. Like Eutrope, she has a sense for electrope technology. She's learned to do all sorts of things from tinkering on her own. Oh Yana, don't give her the wrong idea. It's the people of Oblivion that we have to thank for our discoveries. I had attempted to access Everkeep's core systems for information on souls, you see.
Wait, you're talking to the people of Oblivion?
Unsurprisingly, I failed. What's more, an Oblivion member who was monitoring unauthorized access found me. She took me to task, scolding me to never again do something so reckless. When I explained our predicament, however, she kindly shared research data Oblivion had acquired from Origenics. The data was quite difficult to parse, but I managed to find some relevant information. Namely, that the military was well aware of psychonesis, having also sought to utilize feral souls. Furthermore, they had developed a method to identify the presence of the affliction. This brings us to our next move. Now that we're privy to this method, we feel that we should use it to diagnose other fighters. They deserve to know if they're ill.
Yeah.
I'm glad you agree. I can't sit idly by knowing that they might die. As Metem warned us, the President doesn't take kindly to those who get in his way. He'd be extremely unimpressed if we revealed the secret to those who've yet to fight, and caused their withdrawal. Of course, you're still liable to incur the President's ire by becoming Grand Champion and releasing all the souls in the repository. But we should avoid getting in his crosshairs for as long as we can. That's why I propose we approach only those fighters you've already bested. As they're barred from fighting for a time, it wouldn't have an immediate impact on the championship. There are still risks, however. Every time our fellow fighters use a feral soul, they bring themselves closer to psychonesis, including in a match against you. Which is why it's important we tell them the truth as soon as possible, so we can stop that from happening for good. Knowing what the illness has done to Utro, it feels nothing less than personal. To begin with, let's reveal the truth to Honey. Despite being rivals, we're actually quite close. Just a moment while I call her.
Wouldn't he be lovely?
She's busy as I expected, but can spare a moment for us. She's on her way here now.
I'll be your queen bee, honey, be lovely.
So, what's this about, then? I hope it's as urgent as you say it is. My stars. You're serious, aren't you? Could I be afflicted as well?
If you want.
A way to diagnose you. Regulators are designed to monitor the state of the wearer's soul. If we connect yours to a terminal, we can confirm whether there are signs of the disease. Please be at ease, Miss Honey. Your soul shows no signs of degradation. Truly. Oh, what a relief. I shudder to imagine how I might be affected by such a dreadful disease. You're fine too, I suppose? You joined the Arcadian well after I did, after all. Well, I haven't gotten any symptoms yet. Yana was so eager to prove herself, she utilized feral souls numerous times when training. So when I examined her, we found that she's on the threshold of developing the disease.
Oh shit. What's that face?
For mercy's sake,
Ew.
we're forbidden from training with feral souls, and knowing what I know now, I'd say it's because the President doesn't want us to die too early. It'd be bad for entertainment. At any rate, neither of us should use feral souls again. Which means we can't fight in the Arcadian anymore. Alright, then. I'll retire.
That was easy.
Really? I wasn't expecting you to decide so quickly. While I've graced countless magazine covers and concert stages, I never shined so brightly as when I fought in the ring. It's true. But everything I've done was so that I could bask in the adoration of the people. I couldn't do that if I were dead, now could I? So I'll look for another avenue to apply my talents, and you can be sure that I'll succeed. After all, I'm Honeybee Lovely, the brightest star in the sky.
You're an annoying-ass fight is what you are.
Now then, I'm scheduled to appear on a broadcast, so I must be on my way. Thanks for the warning, my dears. You're lifesavers.
Literally.
She really is something else, honey. Right, that leaves one other fighter I'd like to inform, the Brute Bonner, who you defeated to become light heavyweight champion. We're not exactly friends, but I won't abandon him either. He's not likely to answer when called, though, so we'll need to visit him at his home, in residential radius 9 to 11.
Yeah, this guy sucks. He's an arrogant bastard. Residential. Where is that? Lucian. That one. That one's the closest. While we're here, next time we use the Aetherite, we should probably go and check what other equipment there is. Because if Gathering has leveled up, I'm going to need some new Gathering equipment. I love this place. This place is, I mean, apart from the fact that it is a dystopian hellhole, looks cool as fuck.
Here we are. Let's hope he's willing to hear us out.
You're also cute. I could eat you up.
He's got a baby cat, hasn't he? Come on. Yeah! Oh, it's such an obvious thing to do to make someone more lovable. Make them like cats. That is the fattest, cutest cat on the left. I want it. So her aspect is a coel. Honeybee's is a wasp.
Well, these are my kittens. If you don't
His is a
go back to
bomb.
your woman.
A bomb, sorry. No, it's not Mario.
Rub salt in the wound, will you? You know full well she left me. Come on, little ones. Come to me.
That man there is Eutropes. I mean, that's the champion of the Cruiserweight division.
Oh no.
This poses a problem. We can't reveal the truth with him here.
The blazes are you doing here? You want to get your asses kicked?
Bring it on, bitch.
You are Nansen, the unenhanced warrior, yes?
The Howling Blade, at your service. It's a pleasure to meet you, and I hope we have the chance to meet in the ring soon.
You'll be the whimpering blade. What a dick.
Lest you wonder, I do not make a habit of wearing a regulator. My parents didn't believe in using them. Yana and her sisters were raised with similar values, as I recall, before adapting at Eutrope's insistence. However, I still use a regulator in battle like every fighter, except you.
I, didn't know the two of you were friends.
Surprised that a reviled heel like him and a beloved face like me get along. Truth is, we've known each other since childhood. We just can't seem to be rid of each other. We both couldn't fit into any of the jobs that were introduced to us, and got up to all manner of mischief together. We would have likely carried on like that if the president of Ascension Arcadia hadn't come and taken us in. Though it isn't easy being a fighter, we felt like it was our calling. Believe it or not, he used to be so shy that he could hardly form a sentence. But when he became the brute bomber, it was as if he was reborn. Shut up. They don't need to know that.
What's yours
Thinking
then?
back, we owe everything to the Arcadian.
Yellow, blue, and white.
That we do.
I can't imagine what his is.
Well, I've seen the kittens as I had intended, so I'll take my leave now. Till next time, Nansen.
He's got normal Mikote eyes, so I don't think it's cat-based or wolf-based.
So what do you want?
There's something you need to know.
Lies. The president would never.
I have the results of the examination. I'm afraid his soul already shows signs of psychonecrosis.
What? That's nonsense. Ugh.
As the soul is eaten away, it loses its connection to the body, leading to bouts of intense dizziness, the early symptoms of the disease. If left unchecked, the body will continue to weaken until... The Arcadian means a lot to you, I know. It means a lot to me too. But you need to retire. You're already ill. Until we can find a cure, the only way to prevent your condition from worsening is to stop fighting.
Enough. I won't listen to any more of your nonsense.
Oh no.
Get out of my sight.
He already knew.
We've done what we could. It's up to him what he does now. Let's go home.
Okay then, so one yes, one no, one maybe. Right. Yeah, I'll go this way. And let's go see what new shinies are on offer.
Probably a lot. Like I say, it's been quite a while since I played, and I just completed my gear set as well, which is kind of annoying. We are looking for arcade. Believe I have any collectibles. Right. The AAC illustrated... What is my... Gear is 709 at the moment, so we're looking at... This is our next set. Display gear, save outfits. Down so. Don't like much of the gear in here, to be fair. That's not bad. It's not amazing. What kind of stats are we looking at? Pretty good. Solid ups across the board. The Cruiserweight Hollow Gear, level 740. Again, not great. I don't like the gear, the raid gear in this expansion at all. It's just not nice. And then there's an illustrated version, which I'm guessing is just the hard mode. Okay, kind of Jack and Daxtery a little bit. Same gear, just better stats. So, I've done Vilgamander, I've done Zeroljar, I haven't been doing Queen Eternal. Let's have a look at her gear. Or Quotus of Eternals. They look quite nice. Kind of tribal and techno at the same time. Oops, I'll click Cloud of Darkness. It's not often Dancer gets a cool dress. That's quite nice. Who's that? I really like those leggings as well. Those are really nice. Do we have dye previews on these? I believe we don't until we get to hard mode. I like those. I want them. Black Mage usually has some cool stuff as well. Wow, Black Mage is getting some non-dressy stuff. This is an unusual set. Kind of want to look through them all now. Oh, they're all identical, okay. Picto's the same. This is going to be Golbaz level gear, isn't it? Oh, no, that's Diablos level gear. Holy crap. Like that. Like that a lot. But I keep doing the helmet first, and I need to do it last. Really quite sure what that is. Like an alright. Cool. Okay, some cool stuff in there. Oh, there's still one more we missed. I think I've already got that, to be honest. Got that. Is it Horn? Envelop yourself in a sliver of the cloud of darkness's remnants, and know the feeling of being a dread void-sent queen, all-consuming power of darkness not included. Cool. I guess that's a mount. Dais of Darkness. Take to the skies on this piece of the battlefield created by the cloud of darkness, safe in the knowledge that it will not suddenly phase from existence. Some modern aesthetics. Oh, actual wings. Nice. Applying it to the Quetzal weapon enables a full optimization. Okay, so that's the armor and weapon upgrades. Cool. We're on Tomestones of Mathematics now. That's really basic and I don't like it. 660. Augmented chakrams. Oh, it gets red mage style gear. Actually not bad. I do quite like that. It's very Zidane from Final Fantasy IX, which is what this expansion's based on, so it makes sense. Cool. Right. Anyway, onwards. That gives me something to work towards. Where are we going? Yeah, let's go and finish the... Let's go and finish this stage up here first, so that we can work towards our next set of raids. Excuse me. It's unfortunately time for me to start learning raids again. And playing raids is fun. Learning raids sucks.
Not only Eutrope, but the brute bomber too. We need to find a cure as soon as we can. According to Eutrope, the remedy is an infusion of an extremely dense soul. That's why she targeted you.
You call me
data
dense?
From Origenic seems to support this. Though it was only a hypothesis, the researchers believed reinforcement from a dense soul could be an effective treatment. But this isn't the solution we seek. We'll find another way. I'll scour an ocean of data if I have to. For all her searching, Eutrope could only find the one cure. Still, something about her actions doesn't sit right with me. The Eutrope I know wouldn't think to save herself at the cost of someone else's life. I can't help but feel she's still hiding something.
Bomber calling.
Hello. All right. Understood. That was Metin. Cruiserweight matches are ready to begin, and he wants us to meet him in the green room. Then best of luck with your next match, Miss Nansen, and please be safe.
Okay. So I'm going to unlock the match, but I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm going to go and do the funeral first. That's this way. Naruto run. NVIDIA. That's right, matches are held in a 5080. I've gone the wrong way. God damn it. I thought there was a way around there. There isn't. Sprinted all that way for nothing. Sprint! Ugh, town's so big. Really wish you could mount in these places. Like, I wish there was a specific mount for these places, you know, like a tiny little one, like a Segway or something. That would be nice. Those eyes are creepily looking at me. Until you get to the halfway point and then they split.
We've been awaiting your arrival, Nancy. Allow me to show you to the green room.
Oh, the hell are you?
Here she is at last. Now the party can truly begin.
Are you my opponent or my fan? Oh god. Oh god, you're a ghost
That's
user.
better. This drab room was begging for a touch of color. Love your work, by the way. A match with you is sure to be a font of inspiration. We're going to get down, you and I. Oh, yes we are.
Okay. Why do I feel like I'm fighting Eddie Guerrero?
As you'll have surmised, they are your rivals in the Cruiserweight division. And I understand you're already acquainted with the champion. I am counting on you to captivate the audience once more with rousing combat, and make the very walls of the Arcadian shake with excitement.
Okay.
The fighters in this division are characters too, eh? But there's far more to them than their showmanship. As you already know, cruiserweight fighters utilize more potent feral souls. Their attacks pack a heavier punch, so you'll need to brace yourself and be fully prepared. Ready, are you? Good. Let the Unstoppable Upstarts Cruiserweight campaign begin.
Right. You have now unlocked... what, exactly?
Right, let's take a look at your first opponent.
Dancing guy? Yeah, okay. Frog, okay. Okay, if you're going to be
The
annoying.
verdant reveler, Dancing Green. He's a shameless playboy who loves partying the night away in pubs and clubs. Even his Arcadian bouts he treats as parties where he's the center of attention. Using the soul of a terrible toad, he gains heightened physical prowess, and seamlessly incorporates dance moves into combat.
So it is a
Victory will come
capoeira
down to
fighter.
how well you ride the rhythm. Your best bet might be to treat the fight as a party as well. Let yourself go with the flow, you just might be surprised by what follows.
You're literally talking to a dancer, love. That's why I'm here.
Now then, go and show that party animal you've got moves of your own, and seize your first victory in the Cruiserweight division.
Cruiserweight M1 now accessible. Okay, we're not doing that just yet, though. Gotta go to a funeral, I'm afraid. Can't be partying just yet. Go soon.
Why, you're...
I'm Valwop Lamat of Tuliolo. Thank you for extending us an invitation to Queen Sven's funeral.
We are honored, truly. I had seen you before from a distance, but never had the pleasure. I am Gozin, former chief aide to the Queen. Since her passing, I have been responsible for administering affairs of state. Can we get our flowers here? Yes, Your Majesty. The flowers are being handed out at the counter yonder, alongside the regulators.
What? We need to wear regulators for the funeral?
Rest assured they are not a requirement. We're aware your people do not use them. You see, people in the Alexandria of old wore tokens of mourning upon their persons when attending funerals. As such tokens were black, it was suggested that we might wear regulators painted the same color. We've yet to produce enough for everyone, but we're distributing them as we are able.
I see.
Yet regulator or no, the important thing is that we remember Queen XIV. Remember her and her kindness as you make an offering of your flower.
I will.
The proceedings will soon begin in this plaza. Please take your place once you have your flower.
I mean, I feel like I should wear the regulator. Everyone's dressed in black. Cyberpunk jackets. Maybe not quite the music for a funeral, but here we are.
Although we are gathered here for the same reason, we hail from different lands. Some were born and raised in the Alexandria of old, while others came to us from Tuliolal. It was from this union of diverse peoples that a new Alexandria was born. The only home that our younger generation knows. How did we overcome the barriers between us? What moved us to join hands in common purpose beneath crackling skies? You know the answer. We survived. We thrived because Queen XIV brought us together.
And then tried to murder me.
Inspired and encouraged by her boundless kindness, we strove to be better, for ourselves as well as those around us. And in Her Majesty's absence, there is a sadness beyond words. Yet we will remember her. Remember all the good that she has done for us. So let us pray, as the people of the Old Kingdom once did, for the peaceful repose of the departed. And let us keep our beloved Queen forever in our hearts, that her memory might guide us unto the morrow. Would that I could find solace in my own words.
Poor guy. Inappropriate fist bump. You would have thought the king would have been up there first. Having it silent is actually kind of appropriate. I've been to funerals, and that's it.
She must have been. To still remember her is strange, isn't it, darling?
I miss her. She would always cheer me up when I was down. But even though I remember her, I'll never see her again. That doesn't make sense.
It seems that's what it means to die, I'm afraid.
But what will happen to us? Are we just going to be sad forever?
Sadness never goes away. It just occupies less of your time.
Everything that we owe to Queen Sveen. How are we to go on without her?
I still remember Her Majesty so clearly. If only I didn't, I might feel better about the future of our realm.
Perhaps we should also consider moving to Tuliolo. The journey won't be easy, but it'd be better than staying here in uncertainty.
In times like these, I take comfort in the beliefs of a Turali people called the Yokui. To them, death isn't the end. So long as we're remembered, we never truly die. It could be the same for Queen Sveen, you know? If you keep her alive in your hearts, she'll always be with you.
But we still won't be able to see her, right? I don't want to think about that. I wish I could just forget instead of having to feel like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. Please, mourn your queen however you see fit. As expected, they struggle to come to terms with their loss. I hope they can find a way to move forward.
It's not only grief that weighs on them, but worry for the future. Bereft of their queen, how will they proceed?
True. But with that at least, we're not powerless to help. What is it, Guloja?
I was wondering, is it better to remember or forget someone when they're dead? I remember my father. And every time I think of him, it hurts. It's the same with Queen Sphene. Knowing that she's gone makes me feel sad. But it's different with my mother. I never knew her, so I don't feel as bad. I want to remember my father, but maybe I'd be better off forgetting him.
Yeah, your father was a dick. Forget him. It's fine.
Glorja.
Why don't we continue this somewhere else?
Not just use the regulator to remove the memory of the sad. Leave the person. But implant a memory that makes you think they've just gone somewhere, upstate to a farm kind of thing.
Hey, Galulja, do you really know nothing at all about your mother?
Shale searched the system for information on residents, but the only Mamulja she found listed were my father and me. Even if she died and was erased from people's memories, she should have been there. But she wasn't.
Well, that you're here means she was here too, inside the dome. There can't be any other way about it.
Yeah, let's ask him what he wants first before you're cracking on with the mission.
I think so. Even if it makes me feel sad, I want to know her. So I want to try looking again. And if I don't find anything this time, I'll give up.
I see. Well, if that's what you want. Then I'll help you. I'd like to help as well, and I believe I speak for the others too.
But I can't bother you with this. You already came for the funeral. We came here not only for the funeral, but to see whether all was well in Alexandria. We're not about to leave just yet.
Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we're bound to learn about your father as well. By retracing the steps of this man who kept his own counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
I don't actually know how far this main story quest goes. Oh, there. Essentially.
Assuming neither memories nor records of Galulja's mother remain, we must cast as wide a net as possible. I suggest we split into groups. Nansen, if you could make inquiries outside in the outskirts, the rest of us will do the same in Solution 9.
Oh no, there we go. In search of a past, where is the nearest Aetheryte? Where am I going? Over to Heritage. Yeah, I actually don't know how many quests are in this main storyline, because like I say, it's been a year, so there should be quite a few. You want me to go to the outskirts? Why did I do that? Why don't I just teleport to the outskirts? Right, so we got.
Sorry, but I've never heard of a Mamulja woman living in these parts, much less one connected to Zoralja. You might have better luck talking to the people over at Atonawartan settlement to the north of Everkeep, in a place called Uweawata. The resilient son won their loyalty when he saved them from some crisis or another, or so the story goes. If I remember correctly, their chief's name was Kanaloka.
Your exchange with the middle-aged Tonada has taught you about Zoral Jaw's devoted.
Okay. So we had a small group of followers, or possibly a large group of followers.
You're looking for a Mamulja woman? Oh, Valulja's mother. I can't help you there, I'm afraid. I only know a little about Zoral Jah, and then only what my father told me. He said that before the dome cut us off from the outside world, a Tural Vidral had appeared and was terrorizing the region. In response, Zoral Jah assembled a party of warriors, and with them confronted and felled the beast. It was interesting to hear of the king's feat in the past.
Your exchange with the fresh-faced Tonada has taught you about a battle with a Toro Vidral.
A Tural Vidral are ancient beasts of kind of creatures that have survived and fought for years and years and years and lived way beyond their normal lifespan. And they're like super hard hunts. Still missing one though.
A Mamulja woman? Their people have never been a common sight around here. Why, the last time I saw one would have been before the dome came down over our heads. She was among an entourage of Landscar that was dispatched here. I assume they all returned to Tuliolo after their mission. But if any remain, I suppose they could have been trapped in here with the rest of us.
Your exchange with the chatty Shedina has taught you about a Mamulja woman.
Okay, back to Pollution 9, and we'll see what's going on there.
You heading to the back room?
I certainly am, sir. Hi, Shell.
Galulja has told me all. We've previously tried to track down records of his mother, but came up empty-handed. With everyone's help, hopefully we can get somewhere this time. Ah, so you spoke with quite a few different people as well. Let's combine all our findings and see what conclusions we might draw. So, Zoral Jah brought a retinue of Landscar to Yasalani, among whom was a female Mamulja. His mission was to rid the region of a Tural Vidral, and I believe it's safe to say that that was the crisis in Ueawata he resolved. If some of his troops stuck around for a time, perhaps to assist the villagers with recovery efforts, then they could have indeed gotten trapped in the dome. We also heard stories about the settlement in Ueawata. People lived there until nearly a decade ago, and Zoral Jah made regular visits.
If he required secrecy, a location home to his most loyal followers would be ideal. And if this Mamulja woman had remained there, they would have had occasion to come in contact.
I see. But what could Zoral Jah have been doing in that village?
Visiting the grave.
I think we can answer that question. In order to retrace Zoral Jah's steps, Raha and I spoke with a researcher who worked at Origenics. He said that, approximately 20 years ago, a number of his colleagues were transferred to a research facility outside Everkeep for the King's direct order. This is the first I've heard of such a facility. Only Vanguard was believed to have been under the King's jurisdiction.
It was apparently being used to develop a new kind of weapon, but I'm afraid that was all we could learn.
Are you telling me that Galulja
There's
is
plenty to go on. Even if the work there was classified, any
Vidral?
materials and equipment needed
They've
were
enhanced him.
manufactured within Everkeep. So if we look into transportation records, there it is. The routes are full of detours and attempts at obfuscation, but large deliveries were being made to Uwaiwata. Far too large for a mere village. There hasn't been any activity for years, though. It's likely the facility has been decommissioned.
Do you think that's where my mother was?
We can't say for certain.
I'll be honest, mate, I don't think
but
you had a mother.
There's a good chance.
This is amazing. Even though no one remembers her, you managed to figure all of this out. Each piece of the puzzle may reveal little on its own, but when we put several together, a picture begins to form. And even should memories fade, footprints remain to mark the path of those who walked before. A lesson I learned in another life.
So we'll be investigating this secret facility in Uwaiwata, then. And this time, I want you to come along, Galulja.
He's so happy.
Uwaiwata is on the other side of the lake. To get there, you'll need to take a hover cargo from the drift downs.
All right. Thank you, Shay.
Okay then. Let's unlock a new zone. I don't remember going over there before, and the fact that it's telling us we need to take a transport is very specific. Go, turtle! There or down there? Gotta be down. Yeah.
So the hover cargo will take us across the lake. I've never been over there before.
It's still inside the dome, so I don't expect it'll be too different from here. We'll likely encounter dangerous beasts, so the rest of us will go first. You follow when it's safe to do so, alright?
Alright. Be careful, everyone.
You're gonna put me in a dungeon, aren't you? Yeah. Field station now accessible. Okay, so I guess we're doing our first dungeon then. And now I have to remember how to goddamn fight. No, I'm not taking NPCs with me. Other players. Let's get carried. I guess in the meantime, we should... What? We should probably go and at least pick up our Kojin and Anata quests. Which are... where? Kojin... Oh, I know where they are. Oh, all of a sudden, massive yawn. You are... not the Sea of Clouds... That's Reach, Kagane, Ruby Sea. So I remember to mark them. For once, I am smart. Yes. Base allowance is none. Have I got... Where's my quest log? Apparently, I've still got some open. Oh, wrong. Oh, God. Combination of wrong buttons. Garne. What am I missing here? That's not one. Neither's that. I don't think that is either. I don't know which one is the right one. I mean, it's kind of got to be... Oh, never mind. It's kind of got to be one of those two. Part of your world and the other one. But neither of those look to be the right ones.
Mimi, tilde underscore, no hello.
/.
Hi.
Okay, it's some interesting beasties.
Right. Oh, we've got two dancers. Okay.
My father must have come here for a reason.
I can't remember how to fight.
There are beasts here, too.
Where's my dash? Not that one. That one. Oh yeah, that's right. It's proc-based system, isn't it? But yeah, I've basically I use my first move, which procs into my second, which could proc into my third or fourth, and so on. Oh, that's right. I've got my dancers as well, haven't I? Okay, muscle memory kicked in there.
You did it.
I did it. I did it.
one looks mean. Be careful.
Okay, new boss. Learn its abilities. Okay, relatively simple patterns so far. Oh, it is a Hagnol. I've just realised what I'm fighting. Know these quite well. Messing up all my timings, though. Okay, that didn't go as well as it could have done, but it went a lot better than it should have done.
So the facility is still here.
Neither of those are for me.
What kind of research did they do here? Ah, what are those?
They made you, I'm afraid, my little boy.
There, they're moving. What happened here?
Not really sure.
Ah,
I think when he's saying ah, what he's actually saying is ah.
more of them.
I have lots of AoEs.
What was Father doing here?
Building you.
You. Surrender your souls To King Zor al-Jath. Come forth, my dear souls.
Fuck, what is that awfulness? Fuck me. Okay, stay towards the center where you can.
Precious samples escape. Discard the flesh, extract the soul.
Bone. Bone. Whew. Confusion sucked. You remember the mechanic?
Why not serve a greater purpose? The King of Resolve's purpose. Relinquish your souls. For the glory of Alexandria.
Oh god, panic mode. Panic mode kicked in hard there.
Would that we could tame the beast.
Woo.
But the seal is already. Is that the story?
Me. None for me. Hello. Is that a rift to the Earth Realm? What are you crazy bastards doing? Italy bad.
Something's wrong. Don't rush ahead. What was that roar? Did it come from inside the storm?
Oh, I've just been reminded of a mod I need to go and download for when I'm playing the other classes. One that allows buttons to swap between like this one does. This class has it built in, but not all of them do.
Hey, so... Gotta be an Earthrealm rift, right?
Has that thing been sealed away all this time?
Oh, fuck. A were-rat? S is here. Everybody run. S is here. Luni Piatti. Okay. Where, rabbit? There, rabbit! Right fucking there, I can see it! Woo! So he didn't kill it, he bound it. Healing in, because I fucked that up. Okay, that's dazed, right. God, I forgot how fun combat in this game is. Ow. Oh, motherfucker, alright. Okay, okay. I watched them go in close, and I didn't really pay attention to it. He can dance if he wants to, we can leave his friends behind. But if Tullio don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they ain't no friends of mine. Oh, and in case you're wondering, yes, you can fall down that hole. Without even trying it, I can tell you, yes, you can fall down that hole. That's exactly the kind of game this is. Limit break.
can't do a flip. I only do the tango.
GG.
GG.
Tar folks.
No chest? Am I missing it? No. I go down the hole. There you go. I don't have tango down the hole, weirdly. Let me bring up my spell book. Where's my spell book? Apparently I never actually put a spell book on, because I don't usually often. I can't tango down a hole. I can, however, on event down a hole. Because genuinely my class is dancer. I am a dancer. On event! On event. I love my little dancer lady. My huge dancer lady. I love her. She's so much fun. And to think I was going to play as one of those little people with the horns. I was going to play a normal game with a normal character.
From what I could tell, they sought to transfer people's souls and memories into bestial vessels at that facility. The Drow explains the need for a remote location. It was doubtless their prime subject.
It's not dead.
Though I expect Zoralja did not foresee the opportunities it presented when he imprisoned the creature.
I was going to be an aura. An aura. The humanoids with the horns. I was briefly tempted to be the big kitty thingy, but that was very briefly. And then I built my character and was like, that's pretty cool, you know. I'm okay with that. Well, let's have a look at the rest. And then as soon as I saw the height slider on the on whatever I am now, I can't remember my own race. I was like, yep, nope, that's it. No going back. I am a massive woman.
In theory, our initial experiments will involve lesser creatures. But in time, I am confident we will be able to bring even the mightiest under our control.
Okay.
And what becomes of those who offer their souls? As they won't be able to return to their original forms, we must consider them lost. But the sacrifice will be worthwhile, for the army you stand to gain will far surpass any composed of mechanical soldiers.
Very well. Recruit volunteers and begin at once.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall return to the observatory and see to the necessary preparations.
So all the gloating he did about beating a Toral Vidal, he actually only sealed it in place. And then when the dome went up, it happened to surround it. You got lucky, my friend.
So, you've given him permission.
Teishalja, you will assist Kaniloka. As one of the Land's Guard's finest chirurgeons, your knowledge may be of use in his experiments. You will also watch him closely. In what you learn, you will report to me.
That's me going down the hole, isn't it, Essa? You told me to do it.
Or are you incapable of performing this duty?
No, Your Majesty. Whether we shelter within the dome or expand beyond it, we require great power. But with no one to rely upon, we must take that power for ourselves, even if the means are questionable. I will do as you command. But if Kaniloka's work bears fruit, I wish to beg a boon.
Oh, okay.
What do you desire?
Something that I had accepted I would never have in Tuliyolan. That I believed would forever be beyond me. That it was foolish to covet. But here and now, it is close. So very, very close.
Perform your duty to my satisfaction, and anything you desire is yours.
Ah, how romantic.
That which I seek does not lie within this dome. Here, I cannot prove the miracle. But if what you seek is at hand, then you may claim it, for it has no value to me.
That whole conversation was her basically saying, I want a kid, and him going, fuck it, why not? Don't expect anything else from me, though.
Are you alright?
Teishoja. Could she be my mother?
Like the people in the outskirts said, few Mamorja lived in Yasulani. I can't imagine many other Ubiko women were trapped in the dome. That being the case, she could well be the one.
This observatory Kaniloka returned to, could it not be part of the research facility? We might learn something about Teishoja there.
That's where we're going next then.
Okay. Well, you can go there. I'm going to go and do some fighting. Yeah, I want to go play in the arena.
I wish I could see into the past like you. Then I could see people who are gone. Because there aren't any other Mamulja women here. For a long time I couldn't even imagine what my mother looked like. But when I visited Tuliyola and saw some, I was finally able to picture her in my mind. And one day, I hope I can see what she actually looked like as well.
Let's get some skill speed.
You may now enter Ueawada Field Station with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under Duty in the main menu.
Ta-da!
While we've discerned
Keep
the
it in your
purpose
pants,
of the
Essa.
research conducted here, the traces of it that remain might afford us greater insight into what came of it. Let us take a look around, for information as well as a way to the upper level.
I know what you meant. Messing with you's fun. Right. So we want to go to... Why do I not have that bound? That's weird. Not Elpis. That one. You keep it in your pants. Haha, joke's on you. It was never in my pants. Right, down there. Why have I done that? That's completely the wrong one. It's the Arcadian I want to go to. It was in my mind. That guy's name is Snaggletooth. I like it. No. There was never any pants. Okay, we are doing Cruiserweight M1. No, we're not. I actually need more gear before I can do Cruiserweight M1. Roger that. What gear level do you put out? Item level 105. Okay, I need to do some other things before then. I guess we're carrying on with the story. It has been ridiculously warm again today, you're not wrong. Right, okay. Among the abandoned... I guess we go back to the outskirts. Turtle. Whee!
I'll launch the hover cargo whenever you're ready. Just say the word.
Oh, I have more stuff to do here. I see. Alpha, no. Suck a dick. No one likes you. Your father was quite prepared to leave the planet without you. Alice, same.
A lift can be seen behind the wrought iron gate. As sturdy as it appears, the gate will likely resist attempts to force it open. A security panel is nearby. Perhaps a verification key will open the way.
Okay. Go find a key.
They're recruiting volunteers for a new experiment. I know I'm not as bright as the others, but they wouldn't laugh at me if I was stronger than them. This might be my chance.
Oh dear.
Soul transferred few days ago. I can write. Can write good, yes? I am good. Very good. Getting hard to control strength. Today bit off hand of feeder. Cannot help it so strong. Hungry. Always hungry. Cannot control. Eat. I must eat and eater must eat.
You find nothing that resembles a verification key. Perhaps you should search elsewhere.
Okay, so they made crazy crazies. Weirdly, I was about to say this reminds me of the Umbrella facility, and now they've made zombies. GG.
Supplies for the staff are neatly arranged within the cabinet. Among the various items is a manual outlining regulations and tranquilizing gas to be used in emergencies. You dig deeper, and find a verification key. Perhaps it can be used to open the iron gate.
Cool. Naruto run.
You found the key? Great, I'll call the others. It seems the key can be used to operate the lift as well. Up we go.
It's a lift.
So this is the observatory. I didn't expect it to be similar, but this is a far cry from the temple that held Valadimander.
True.
All the machinery appears to still be in operation. I expect there are auxiliary systems in place to ensure that monitoring can continue even in emergencies.
The warnings indicate various anomalies related to the seal's failure, most likely. For a blessing, we managed to fell the beast before it could cause harm. Right then, let's see if we can find some clues about Galul Jazz Mother.
Doesn't have one, she made him.
I think I can use this terminal. Shale taught me how. There's so much data. I don't know what we should look at. Perhaps we can narrow down the search by inputting the name Tishal Jah. Brought up a lot of results. They all seem to say the same thing.
End is not the end, is not the end, is not the end.
Administrator of experimental treatments, research logs. This sounds good, doesn't it?
Chances are the data is encrypted. And even if not, it will take considerable time to go through it all.
Then let us take it with us to the back room and have Shale analyze it.
Agreed.
All right. I'll transfer it to this storage device I brought.
How handy. Galul Jar's a man after my own heart. Always carries a flash drive with him.
There, it's finished.
Oh,
Thank you
if
so
you've
much
not
for bringing
played
me all the way here.
14, Nessa, everything requires a full cutscene.
If you're happy,
It's an
then
extremely
sorry about
heavy
this.
narrative
I was
game.
able to learn more about my brother as well. It was a fruitful adventure for the both of us.
Also, bear in mind that this isn't voiced. The voices that you're hearing are a text-to-speech through Amazon Polly that I've integrated into the game myself. That isn't voiced. You're reading all of that.
And here we are. The authorities will doubtless wish to be informed about the facility and its contents. But first things first, let us deliver the data to Shale.
Yeah, it's specifically Amazon Polly. I think male is Amazon Arthur, female is Amazon Aria, and neutral is Amazon Justin. But I just, when I'm playing this, I'm not playing on a keyboard and mouse. I'm playing controller, which is why I have these pop-ups when I press my triggers, and I can double tap them for other things, and I can hold 2 of them for additionals. I like to sit back in my chair. I like to just chill. So I don't want to be sat leaning forward and reading stuff and having to wear my glasses so I can, read it. And it's just, yeah, I like the automation. So I automated it. There is some stuff that's voiced, a lot more than there used to be.
Heading to the back room?
The story up until this point is over 200 hours long for the entire game. But it's a good story.
Galul Jah has already given me the storage device. There looks to be a wealth of data, all of which is encrypted, so I'll need time to process everything.
And it's free to play up until level 70, so...
In that case, Alicia and I might take ourselves around the city and check on the people.
Their mood has us a bit worried. I don't know if there's anything we can do to help, but we'll see. Understood. I'll let you know as soon as I've finished my work. Thank you. We'll see you again soon.
One of the things I do like as well, if you're in a rush, you can do this.
Alicia isn't wrong. The mood out there is still grim. Some of it you really remember a time before they were...
And then it'll just...
System. But even
you can finish the conversation, run away, and have it happening as you're going through, as you're walking around.
The journey home won't be an easy one for those who've grown old. That's why it's mostly been younger folk who've been leaving for Tural, ones with no elders to care for.
Word of that problem has reached us in Chuliolu. My brother is doing all he can to see the Zakt-Tural Railroad restored to operation, so that people may come and go more freely. Unfortunately, the tracks only go as far as Vanguard, so some traveling by foot will still be necessary.
Even so, the railroad would make things a sight easier. How long before it's back in service?
I couldn't say. When I left for this visit, Koana seemed reluctant to make promises. But while Shale's working on the data, we could go and see the state of it for ourselves. To Siloni Station.
So if you are in a rush, you can do this and just listen to it as an audiobook as you're dicking around. As a podcast kind of style. You're in the house, aren't you? I'm just going all the way around it. Hello?
Vow of Resolve. And Nansen Hokoba to boot. What can I do for?
We're hoping for some good news about the railroad. There's an increasing number of people looking to return to Tural that can't make the journey on foot.
I see. As it happens, the Vow of Reason is also on his way here to take stock of the situation.
In fact, here he is now. Change your outfit.
As the guild ship has officially approved my transition from gleaner to independent contractor, I was in need of more befitting attire.
You'll hear about the railroad too?
It was in part for my sake that the original Dawn Blazer was sacrificed, so I felt it only right that I assist with its replacement. Speaking of which, I assume Lamati has explained the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report? The new locomotive was on track for completion, but we're having difficulty pulling her into the station, in a manner of speaking.
Wheels, mate. Needs wheels.
When we used the Dawn Blazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all other considerations, but now we're back to our original problem. How to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of Mewahetso.
True. I forgot about that. The natives didn't like the fact we were going to run a rail line straight through it.
The Ranik. Though the Hazara that follow them are none too pleased about their Hetso being spooked by the noise of the locomotive, either. The solution I've devised to quieten the railroad should address that complaint. But a silent train presents a different danger. The Ranik will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks.
And I suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them, or they'll panic and be put off their grazing again. Weren't the rail routes plotted to avoid the Ranik's preferred grazing areas, though? It's odd that they're getting so close in the first place.
The Ranik's grazing patterns have shifted since the tracks were laid. I am not certain why, but I intend to ask the people of Mewahetsoan for their insight. As a major proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist in this matter, and I too would hear what the Hazara have to say about it. They are the ones most affected, after all. I believe it would be best to begin by consulting their leader, Huata. The rest of you can accompany us to the Hazara encampment if you like.
Okay. Off we go then. I know this area quite well, because I've spent a lot of time here farming. Whee! Spinny, spinny, spin! In fact, right at the moment, at the next stop up the track in that dome, is where the current farming spot is. And the one that's about to spawn just over there is next. If a train scares you, Ranik, I wonder what a flying turtle's going to do.
Vow of resolve, vow of reason. I bid you welcome to our camp. But what brings you all the way
Turtle.
to Wahetsoan?
He's the cutest turtle.
I thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of the Zak-Tural Railroad. You two have noted the Renik's unexpected change in behavior, then. My son, Shepetto, has been looking into this matter. Shepetto?
Go and get your little doll. The one you call
We'd expect the
Spinocchio.
Renik to keep to their favored grounds nearby for a while yet. And despite a thorough search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of the grazing in Pyri, Oanan, and Yortane. Yet they refuse to keep to where they usually would, instead pushing westward, toward your railroad. I certainly see no cause for this unseasonal migration. Nevertheless, should they continue to move west, we will follow. As any true Hazara would, I suppose. As you may have surmised, I am of Hazara descent. My parents traveled with the Renik as well, though I myself have no memory of the experience. I was left behind as a babe, you see, during such a migration. One of many sacrifices necessitated by a nomadic lifestyle, I am forced to assume.
Wait, shit, what? They just abandoned him? I didn't know that.
A chance encounter with a kind Palu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a storekeeper in Tuliolo's markets, and that is where the Dawn Servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamati came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude, and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. Truly? I have never heard of the Renik choosing a path so arduous as to force such a terrible decision. Nor of any Hazara willingly leaving their own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstance. I cannot say. The idea of following in their footsteps that I might better make excuses for their actions never much appealed to me.
Oh, wrong button.
As is so often the case, you are correct. Though my discomfort with the Hazara way may arise from fear of reopening old wounds rather than blind fervor for innovation, it would nevertheless see me repeat past mistakes. And to refuse to learn one of our country's treasured traditions would make me a poor dawn servant indeed. Please, teach me of the Renik, and what they mean to you. I promise to listen with an open mind. We would be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. Will you learn of Hazara culture with me? I should like to approach this with the fervent curiosity that you and my sister share, but it would be useful to know whether I am, doing it correctly.
I don't know. I ain't got a clue if you're doing it correctly. I don't heard Renik.
Then it's settled. You'll learn more of the Renik, and we'll have a look around the plains. And perhaps, in the process, we'll find the answers we seek.
I ain't got a bloody clue.
The quickest way to learn about our way of life is to do as we do. I hope you're not above manual labor. I am not the most
Sadly,
experienced,
no.
I'm ashamed to admit. But I shall put forth every effort. That's all we ask. Take these tools. Now, introduce yourself to anyone who looks busy and ask if you can help. They'll be happy to teach you what to do in exchange for another pair of hands to do it. Let us meet back here later to share what we've learned.
Why do I have to always be the one doing the manual bloody labour?
You're learning about the Hazara way of life, are you? I may have a thing or two to share, but rather than talking your ear off, Let me test your powers of deduction. I find answers much easier to recall later if I arrived at them myself. Ahem. Our Hetso provide us with something that we use in lessons, poultices and soap, to drive away pests and to sustain our fires. What is it?
I feel like it's meant to be dung. But using dung for soap seems bad. But let's go for it.
It sounds like there's a story there, but that is indeed the correct answer. We've discovered myriad uses for unique chips over time, each a boon to our way of life. Where there is a need, our Hetso always provide.
Hetso just means herd. Hetsoami, the name of the people, Hetsaro, just means people, the herding people, essentially.
The wind will go right through it. And me without my needle and sinew. Oh, these are precisely what I needed. I should be able to patch up the covering now. Given how often we pack up and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear. Fortunately, the Renique hide they're made of is durable enough that we generally needn't worry.
Good tent is good. I approve of good tents.
I'm afraid I've finished with my tasks for the time being. But since you're so eager to learn about our way of life, why don't I tell you a bit about our migration customs? If you're here, you likely already know that the Renique are our Hetso, our guides, that we travel with through the turning of the seasons. We trust them to lead us to fertile lands with all we need to survive. But you may not know that sometimes, the herd splits into two, bound for different paths. On those occasions, we Hazara must also part with half of our number. You may think it a strange and stressful custom, but over the years, it has seen us visit new lands and broaden our horizons as a people. This is the wisdom of the Hetso.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Brings extra diversity to the tribe and survivability by redundancy.
As you stroke the Renique's coat, you note that many portions are shaggy and tangled.
This one's fur is a bit overgrown, but a good brushing should thin it out. Would you like to give it a try? You'll need the right tool for the job, mind you. A comb of the type you'll use to would just get lost in the tangle, like as not. Ah, Shepito sent a Renique brush with you, did he? How like him? Now, just run it through one little patch at a time. Gently.
You'd be brushing that thing all bloody day.
You dutifully brush the Renique until your arms grow weary from the prolonged battle with its coat. It appears much tidier now, though the same cannot be said for your clothes, which have acquired a new coat of their own.
Well done. With less excess fur, our friend here will be more comfortable in the afternoon heat, and less susceptible to illness. A combed coat also makes it easier for us to identify injuries, should the need arise.
Actually have a Renique, I believe. Mount guide. Sure, I can want. Oh, and I have a buffalo. Maybe I didn't get the Renique yet. Thought I did. Maybe I was working towards it. Maybe that was something I was still dealing with. Yeah, it would be there under beasts, but it's definitely not. Alright, that's it. Get me tank. I'm going to war. Love that little tank. That took me ages to fucking farm.
You smell of the grass and the wind.
Fuck you too, buddy.
I promise.
Oh, okay,
You could
sorry.
really be mistaken for one of us, and with the brawn of a Renique, to boot. I have to wonder how Valkoana is getting on. I assumed he would be reluctant to get his hands dirty, but it seems his wish to understand us was sincere. Ah, there he is now.
Oh, he brought a Renique with him.
Apologies for my tardiness. I was tasked with grazing the Renique, and
It is a good
rather
mammoth.
far afield.
They're very good mammoths.
I found myself wandering hither and thither at my companion's inclination. To force us back to the trail seemed inappropriate. But how was your own work? Have you anything to share?
Revolves mostly around the Renique, but in turn people receive all they need. Treasured members of this community and is important as family.
Indeed. The Renique provide for the Hazara, and in turn the Hazara are good to the Renique. Just as family should be. Mine is not the only way, though at times I lack the experience to know otherwise. My inability to conceive of how a decision might be right does not mean that it is wrong. My parents had a duty to the Renique, as they did to me. And so I wonder if their leaving me behind was not so selfish an act as I once believed. I have no way to know, of course, and regardless, this has no bearing on our present concerns. We are here in service of the people of Tural, after all. Nevertheless, I thank you for helping me find deeper meaning in what we've done today. And I will endeavor to remain curious, especially where the Hetso are concerned. I'm glad to hear that, Valkoana. You're welcome among our herd anytime.
I like its shaggy, spiky hair. Money, please. Always money. Though to be fair, I actually think my mammoth's bigger. Just a little bit. Just a touch bigger. Just a little bit. Also, Rathalos, baby. Not a joke, not a mod. Genuine in-game mount from a crossover raid. Rathalos. That's what all men say. Depends where you're measuring from.
Koana, how did it go?
I believe
It
I
looks
finally
worried.
understand the significance of the Hetso. They nourish the Hazaro as they grow, and provide warmth and companionship in a harsh and unpredictable world. They are the equal of any man, not beasts to be tamed. Moreover, Renique are sensitive. Though we may treat their injuries or brush their coats to keep them hale, they must ever be free to follow their instincts and seek lands where they might thrive. The Hazara would never cage them, and neither should we. To control their migratory patterns or capture those who wander too close to the tracks is out of the question.
Raise the railroad.
Then it is particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit the Renique's once favored grazing grounds.
As we were told, the grass looks fine. But the place is too quiet. It's not just the Renique, even the birds and field mice had fled. We did encounter one pack of Ceratoraptors, but they looked to be passing through in a hurry.
Typically, that sort of behavior in the fauna would be associated with natural disasters. Earthquakes, landslides, and the like. Though the Hazara would have surely put 2 and 2 together were the cause geological, I measured the area's ether to be certain. There was indeed nothing to suggest recent environmental disruption, but I did notice one anomaly.
Was it a big fucking Toral Vidal?
A strong etheric signature to the east, moving across the plain, albeit slowly. and a powerful one, like as not. A predator, given the local fauna's behavior.
One of the raptors we saw looked like it had a bite taken out of its tail by something with very large fangs.
It couldn't be a Toroetso.
I have no idea.
Toroetso?
Never met the man. Wouldn't say up if I did.
Renique Reaver, in the common tongue. Our people have several names for such creatures. Fangs that steal Hetso in the night is another evocative one. Renique can fend off many predators with their horns, but not the Toroetso. Their scales are tough as adamant, and neither horn nor arrow can pierce them. A well-toothed carnivore with an unusually tough hide. I cannot recall any such fauna in this region. They usually roam the wilds in the northeast, and most herds keep well clear of them. I can't tell you why this one is so far from home and its pack birth. In any case, I believe the source of the Renique's consternation is clear, as is our next move. We must drive this reaver away, that they might return to their grazing lands in peace.
Go fight big monster. I can do that.
Never fear, we will make certain that the beast threatens you no more.
Its eye is as big as your head.
The Renique Reaver is a clear threat to the local population. We cannot allow it to roam unchecked. But it won't do for us to go running off in search of it without having made proper preparations. And if others returning from across the plain have spotted it, they may be able to inform us of its recent behavior and where it might be found.
Or I could just fly everywhere
Your
and spot it.
progress through the upcoming battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you will be able to try again from the most recent of these. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, this progress will be lost.
Okay. Time to do a duty. I think he found it. So this is a properly voiced section, where my automation doesn't kick in.
It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronak are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety.
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures. Once they're less agitated, it should be possible to hurt them.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Ronek Reaver.
I suggest you remain here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
Everyone's so small. I could outpace them easily. One step and I've taken two of theirs.
Make haste.
Make haste.
We must protect
We
the
must
Ronek.
protect the Renique.
Okay, not sure why that's kicking up both.
Don't worry.
Don't worry,
We're right behind
we're right
you.
behind you.
Right.
Eyes peeled for anything brown and fluffy.
It would be fortunate if they ran this way.
Can't mount. There's
I
a
think I
pack.
see.
Yes,
There
There they are.
They're
They're
terrified.
terrified.
We must do what we can to soothe them.
I'm facing the wrong way.
no teeth marks.
You're all right.
That herd
That herd should be all right.
Let's look for
Let's look for
stragglers.
stragglers. The Renique are too ready too. None shall be left behind.
Oh, shit, incoming. Make sure you're out of the way, boys.
There must be something up ahead. Come.
Hey! Shitheads, get off me fucking beasties.
These are no match for the likes of us.
All too easy. Hey!
In a panic was clearly an understatement.
More are coming.
Oh no, you don't, you little shit. I see what you were up to. NPCs that actually hold their weight. Shit, an alpha. As long as you guys can hold aggro. Oh god. Pick them off one by one.
Oh dear.
Where did they all come from?
All or nothing. Then.
Limit break, baby! Okay, so I don't need to bother about that.
How do you like that? Ahead.
Nice.
Oh, okay, I missed my timing on that. I wonder why it all gone wrong there for a second. Wouldn't let me do a move I was expecting to do. Just spraying toxin over the Renique.
It seems that did the trick.
It seems that did the trick.
You said that already, mate. Go. Scoot. Here.
For the fodder
For
and
the
leaf.
fodder at least.
But where's?
But where's...
The biggin. Oh, motherfucker. That's new.
Look there! We've got a big one coming!
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Ronak Reaver, and no mistake.
At least I hope so, because if there's something bigger than that it's fleeing from. Little baby!
There! That one there!
Use gas. Use your gas. Literally, use your gas. That doesn't bother the scales. Flamethrowers always work. My glasses.
Even should it cost me my life. I
Now shoot, in the mouth.
Are you alright? Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronek to safety. There. You've nothing to fear.
Except that huge, great beastie. Who's currently standing by letting all this happen.
Let's finish the job. I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer!
You dance if you want to, you leave your friends behind, and engage.
You'll find the vow of reason is not without resolve.
Not without resolve.
Damn it. Not even a scratch.
Yeah, I'm kind of going all out here and dealing nothing.
Buy me some time to think, will you?
Attenbury walks into a bar. Everyone inside dies in unfathomable agony.
Hey Jerry, how you doing, bud?
Coroner.
Yeah, for the love of.
Keep it
Keep it busy.
Yeah, I'm trying. How you doing, bud? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Chilling, catching up on my Final Fantasy.
The legs.
Oh shit, right, okay, new target. Anyway, see, switch over. Oh, you're gonna switch into beams. I know you are. See that already. One more attack. Ow. Dancy, dancy. I love how easy it is to play this on a controller. Some classes, I've never played healer. I've never played healer, and I don't think I would want to. But some classes are just so much fun to play on a controller.
Now we just have to keep it pinned. Get thinking, Coroner.
Will do. A protected current of ether. But whence does it flow? The protective ether is there. Conducted by the scales. Now, trace that back.
Really no point in me actually doing anything at the moment. Healer is very fun in this, but not on a pad. Mouse and keyboard, sure. Don't do it on a controller.
This is our best chance.
And again, I say to everybody, it's free to level 70.
One well-placed piercing round to the chest, and
Bad news time.
you're done for.
Ha!
That stemmed the flow of
Let's
protection.
fucking go.
There's nothing stopping us now. Still not backing down, huh? Fine with me.
Let's play with the big dragon. Oh, I see. Switching it up. We're doing quadrants now. Miss me. Stack up, please. I need you.
Get close.
I like how cinematic the battles feel. Something Warcraft never quite did. Or not quite well enough for my liking, anyway. What is this?
We must disperse the ether ere the Reaver recovers it.
Okay.
This is going to hurt.
Mine. Mine. Mine, 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 mine. Completely messed up me. Come on, other one. Fuck. Alright, we got it. Completely messed up my rotation. Whew. Got it, though. Unless I had a goal in mind, I wouldn't be very invested. Well, I mean, the first goal is always in itself completing the story. The game presents itself in a way that you can't just rush to endgame. You have to play the story. So if you're not interested in the story, don't play. It's as simple as that. And I will say that the first section of the story, the first game, before the expansions kicks in, is rough to get through. Would highly recommend putting on the text-to-speech mod.
But the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
This is my casual game. It's
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid.
It's what I play in my downtime. But I haven't played it in 264 days, so I figured now's a good time to jump back in.
Loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our headson. I did no more than as a Dawn servant's duty. The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
No, Jerry, they didn't. I played all the way up until end of Shadowlands, and the fights aren't cinematic. They're not narrative in any way. They're just more hectic. I mean, they're only about as hectic as Final Fantasy, but they don't seem to flow very well, in my opinion.
Incredible! Kona, you've
must say, I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one. It's been more than 20 years now.
Since you ate your parents.
I had come as a trader to the camp in Lozeni-Hetta. A camp that was obliterated in an instant by that monster.
Lozeni-Hetta. That's where the Palu trader found me as a babe. Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronak. And like us, they were visited by a reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way, toward the fell creature.
Mummy and Daddy died.
Distracted, I heard one cry. Save our son! Save the Hetzo! After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Ronak thunder. I ran and ran. As the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast. Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronak and have long since moved on. But still more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
And what became of their child?
Oh, no way. How old is he?
I'm afraid I don't know. But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night...
We have an official birthday for Jimbo. I like it.
...been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
Maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelupelum would. And one day, even a done servant himself.
Nice. Old boy. Not for him, obviously, but...
All these years, I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronak. But now I see, they didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe. I've wasted so much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family, even after they were gone.
And magical glasses that don't actually touch your face.
And now that I am done servant, all of Tuliyola is my family. A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
Ah, he loves his parents now. Because they didn't just leave a child laying on the floor as he thought they did.
To know that the Hetzo are safe is more than enough. Yet, would it be wrong to hope that, in protecting them, we also avenged my parents? It is the least I owe to them, after all this time. Nansen, I thank you for standing by me. As Dawn servant, and as the oft imperfect man beneath that mantle. Now, let us return our attentions to the matter we came here to address, shall we?
Sure.
We have removed the root cause of the Renique straying from their favored grazing, and obtained the tools to devise an additional precautionary measure, a silent whistle, as it were. This whistle must be capable of emitting pulses of ether strong enough that they will shy away from the tracks on instinct, yet not so strong as to drive them into a panic. If we can achieve this, it will be a far sight better than a traditional whistle. More effective and less stressful for the creatures themselves.
Oh yeah, having a line drawn straight across their feeding grounds that just says "Don't come here" in base instinct. That's fine, yeah.
Return to Sarloni Station and begin work on it. Then, Warlica and his crew will doubtless be relieved to finally have a solution.
Yes, I'm going to start Watchmaker soon, actually. I think that's going to be soon on my list. But I'm still playing through Clair Obscura at the moment, which I'm really enjoying. Highly recommend you grab a copy of that if you can. I don't know if it's on the sale at the moment. It might be worth looking at. One of the best RPGs I've played in a long time. You know, brand new. But after that, I've just found out that on the 5th of next month is Final Fantasy IX's... 4th of next month is Final Fantasy IX's anniversary. So I think it's due another playthrough.
You look pleased about something. Good news for the railroad.
It's good. Really good, Essa. And I will say, keep yourself spoiler-free as best you can. It's yeah, you need to be spoiler-free.
What with his whistle idea? Sit tight. We'll have this train on the tracks before you know it.
I am sitting tight. Tight I am sat. Toit like a toiger. Oh, your computer's fixed. Or did you get a new one?
Whoa. She looks as good as new.
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine.
Proper job.
Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior, though. Not that you can appreciate it from out here.
Nor will we ever actually show it.
But as far as the Ronek are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
Come now. If anything, credit's due to
Oh, nice.
It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly. Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel, and we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought us.
If you go to your task manager, Essa, and go to the processes tab, it'll tell you on the left. If you press, sorry, go into your task manager, press more details at the bottom, then into the processes tab, and you should be able to see it there. If you're on Windows 11, it should be the third tab down, and it'll tell you what you've got. Wait, you didn't die? I thought you died on the first train. Okay, cool. I am Buzzy Beetle. Train, train, go away. Yeah, the only thing it probably pretty much won't tell you in there is your motherboard.
There's a Ronek up ahead. Now, to test our whistle.
Wait, you have to turn the whistle on? It's not just going?
Just point it in the general direction.
And it's aimed. Wow, terrible idea. Using psychological warfare to get a Ronek off the track is kind of harsh.
It's moving away. Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed. With this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
A roaring success! In a quiet way, like. Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Shaktaral Railroad is back in service.
Nice. Right. Well, I think there's definitely going to be some more questing after, but I think this is probably going to be a good place to call it, really.
For a while there, we were real worried that we'd never get the railroad running again. But now that the test drive was such a success, we can breathe easy and start hauling people to and from the dome.
I've had that recently, Essa. My cousin was having trouble with his headsets, both a Tough Gaming one and a Razer. So I connected into his PC, ran him through connecting them, set it all up, wouldn't work. So I'm like, okay, get your dad to drop them off with me. We dropped them in. Everything I tested worked perfectly fine. So about a week ago, I went over to his house and was like, let me jump on your PC kind of thing. Plugged it in, worked first time. No idea what was wrong with it. I still do not know why it didn't work that first time. Bizarre.
First Saloni, and then the continent. Watch out, Zak Taral. Here we come.
I share the sentiment, but we've got a mountain of work ahead of us to ensure smooth operations. Time to get back to it. The efforts of all here today have not gone unnoticed. Once more, I thank you. As for our own work, I trust you can handle matters in Alexandria, Lamati?
Lamati. Dun 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 dun. Right, what's our next one then?
Well, it's possible that Shale's made some headway by now. And regardless, we should spread word that the railroad's been restored to service.
Shale. What do you have her working on? Galul Jazz mother.
There's a lot of finding out about parents in this expansion.
I'd feel the same in his shoes. Have felt the same. Some questions are painful to leave unanswered.
Your mum was a robot, my friend. And a freedom fighter.
There's no cause to look at me like that.
And a pretty awesome lady.
The Kashua we met may have only been a simulacrum, but her memory was real.
Agreed.
I needn't search for what she left behind, because she left it with me. And I will carry it always.
Yay, it's on the back of his bag, look.
Speaking of things you're carrying. Is that a teeny tiny Kashua?
What? No.
That's kind of one of the problems. That was the same as his Tough Gaming headset. Those tend to come with a splitter cable in the box that splits it down to 2 audio jacks. If not, then they're relatively cheap off Amazon. $5 maybe. Backup wireless USB dongle. Oh, that's as long as you've got something working then. Yeah, I have 2 at the moment, a fully wired, and the one I'm wearing now, which is a SteelSeries Arctis 7. 9. I upgraded to the 9.
Can do for the people there. Much change though it is, I still consider it my home.
Of course. We can give you the full story on the way.
Annoyingly, this headset is now out of production. So if it goes off, I am looking for a new headset from scratch, and this headset has 2 audio cards in it. So I have a slider on my left ear, which controls the overall volume, but on my right ear I have a slider which chooses the balance between the 2 audios. So I have Discord and TeamSpeak and things on one, and then my games and the rest of my audio on another. So I can turn down the volume of a game without adjusting the volume of everyone else who's speaking to me.
Or vice versa, I can shut people up and listen to what's going on in my game without having to go into settings, which is really fucking awesome. And I don't think I could ever have another... You know, if I'd have to have that, essentially. And if this headset breaks, when this headset breaks, because it's not exactly a sturdy build, I'm going to probably end up buying 2 sound cards for my PC and simulating that myself and building it, getting a desk side toggle. Oh, you got an Arctis as well. I originally had the Arctis 7, and when that broke, which I've still got it in the back, it's the framework that's broke, so I could technically rehouse it. But when that broke, I got this one, because I managed to find it cheap for like 50 quid on a second-hand site. But it was never opened. It was like, you know, a refurbished kind of thing. It'd been sent back, never used. So I got this one really cheap, which was quite nice. Right, anyway, otherwise, I'm going to go. Otherwise, I'm going to spend all day nattering. And I do need some food. I do definitely need some food. But it has been a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's nice to be back in Final Fantasy XIV. I will be definitely doing some more. I'll be doing some raids and getting my gear score up so that we can progress with the cruiserweight stuff. No, I'm not having a sandwich. I'm having. I'm going to do some soy fried pork with chili and stir fry it. Essentially, I've got plans, and I'm rather looking forward to it, I must admit. So, in the meantime, I'm going to send you all over to see Mr. Wasted Space. I will be back later tonight over on YouTube doing some Claire Obscura. There'll be part 5 moving towards Act 2. You're not allowed to watch Essa. Not allowed it at all. Go away. Final Fantasy will be back next Sunday, because I'm going to be playing this on stream on Sundays as part of the MMO Sunday that we usually do. Tomorrow there will be no re-retro. I'm going to have to knock that back a week, because we was doing a sponsored stream that crashed, and I do want to finish and, you know, do the sponsored stream. So I will be doing that tomorrow at this time slot. And in the meantime, first look at G Rebels, G Police Returns. I'm going to send you all over to see Wasted, who is apparently playing a spiritual successor for G Police, a phrase I would never have thought would be possible. So I'm going to send you all over there, find out what the hell's going on, and maybe buy this game, because I love G Police. So I shall catch you guys later. Enjoy.